Hello and welcome from a slightly chilly London. So I've had my Insta360 Go for a few days now. You'll have seen that from my previous videos. And I took the Insta360 Go with me to London and decided to use it to capture some footage along the way. The only thing is that the Insta360 Go failed at half its job. I lost half the footage that I definitely captured along the way. Keep watching to find out more and what you can do to stop this problem happening to you. Find out more. Good morning, I'm Saab Johal and welcome to my channel, which is all about mobile and 360 video and photography and how to get great results for your edits. Right, so what happened? Well, on the 36-hour trek from where I live in Wellington, New Zealand to London in the United Kingdom, all seemed to be going well until we got to LAX. And I know this because when I connected the Go to my iPhone 7 Plus through the charging docky thing, then I can see that footage just fine. However, when I tried to download the footage from the USA, the footage downloaded, well, I think it did. It's hard to tell because all the picture icons in the app remained grayed out. And every time I tried to open a section of footage, the whole app would crash. And this happened over and over again. There was no way out of this loop. So I contacted Insta360 customer service through the app, but unfortunately they were unresponsive. So after another 6 hours, I had to delete and reinstall the app to make it work again. Now, unfortunately, that wiped all the footage I had downloaded on my phone. And even more unfortunately, somehow all the footage on the second part of my journey from LAX airport to London Heathrow is wiped and now lost forever. And that's because I switched on the setting to delete footage from the Go camera if it had been downloaded to my phone via the app. Now, of course, Insta360 replied to my message overnight UK time and asked me to send a video to them of what the problem was, which of course I can't do now because the footage doesn't exist. So I'll send them a link to this video and my thoughts on what caused this issue on the Insta360 Go and how to prevent this from happening. So here's my theory and my lessons learned. And there's two of them. Number one, switch off the auto delete on your Go and delete the footage manually when you're sure that you are done. Don't switch on auto delete like I did. Make sure you have your footage. Now, number two, and this is a little bit complicated. I suspect, and it's just a hunch, that the lost footage is something to do with crossing time zones and the international dateline. I updated my phone to LA time just before we landed in Los Angeles. I didn't want to make a mistake and miss my flight when I was in transit, though there wasn't much chance of that in the end as we spent the entire 2 hours in queues at passport control and security lines, but never mind. I then updated the time on my iPhone to London time on the plane as we approached Heathrow. As the first time change was actually going backwards in time because we crossed the international dateline. We took off at 4:45 p.m. on September 20th New Zealand time, but landed at 2 p.m. September 20th Los Angeles time. I wonder if the Go and the Go app had a problem with any footage that I captured for the following period of time because those time slots had already been allocated somehow and it could not process the timestamps on the footage correctly. So my second big lesson here is that because the Go app and the Go take their timestamps and their time data from the device you're downloading to, I'm guessing, don't change the time on your phone or other device as you cross time zones, as it screws somehow with the Go process. That data in your footage is used to make sure that the Go understands the timestamps and you could lose your footage. So that was my experience. If you're watching Insta360, I'd love to hear your take on it. You know how to contact me. I sent you the link to this video, or you can message me here. And I'd love to hear from you too if you're watching. What do you think of my theory? Has something similar happened to you if you've traveled with your Insta360 Go? Please leave a comment down below telling me all about it. I'm sure others would also find your experiences really interesting and useful too. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have found it useful, please give it a like and consider subscribing. I'd love to see you back here again soon. Here's some of my other videos that you might find interesting or useful. Please take a look around and thanks for watching. Cheers and go well and go the All Blacks. Rugby World Cup.